I love it too.
All right. So let's start it off with this. Sis, you up first. One word to describe dating men today.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, it's mysterious.
Mysterious?
It's chaotic and mysterious. I couldn't figure out which one to choose.
Okay, so it's chaotic dating men today? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Love, what's one word?
Um, Disastrous.
Jesus Christ. Mary, one word.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Chris.
Tiring.
Damn. Rotunda.
Scary.
Shan. You muted.
Fear.
Jesus. Now that one resonates a little bit. Love, what makes it so disastrous?
Um, uh, Both sides don't know what they want. And so they think they do it just as one big disaster. Communication is lacking. That makes it disastrous.
Now, you said both sides don't know what they want and they don't know what the other wants.
Both.
So
So
both
how do
of
you,
those things?
right. So how do you know if you don't know what you want?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. So how can you articulate your needs and your wants and your desires?
Do
And you say
you
you want one thing and then you get it and then you're like, I hate this, I don't want it. It's disastrous.
okay. Mary, do you think it's possible to not know what you want but know what the other side wants?
Yes. Want me to elaborate on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so in reference to men, a lot of times they just tell you what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to show up as their representative because they know what's gonna reel you in, which sometimes
Okay.
isn't the reality of who they are.
Hmm. Chris, does everybody show up with some form of representative, or does everybody come as they do? Are some people is anybody capable of becoming their coming with their truest self?
I feel like that depends on what stage you are in when dating. Like if
So
you
first
in
date, does everybody come with a representative?
well, I mean, when I say what stage you are in dating, I mean like kind of like your age. Like the
Mm-hmm.
younger you are, I think everybody is showing up with a representative. But the older you get, the more you date, the more you kind of just get tired of all this stuff, the more you show yourself because you don't have time for a lot of, games and stuff.
But would that come across? How does that come across? You think?
You
Does it
mean
come
like,
across like you're tired, like you said?
yeah, it can be. Like you're just like, you know what? This is what you're gonna get. You either like it or you just keep moving.
Rotunda, based on what Chris said, would that be putting your best foot forward, or is just a tired foot forward?
I would say a tired foot forward.
And how does that resonate with the person you're on a date with?
It doesn't because they're going to know. They're going
Hmm.
to know whether or not you're putting your whole effort into. And I think we've all been on dates where we know a person did not put their effort, whether they dressed a certain way, whether they on their phone or whatever the case. I think we know that.
Hmm.
But why is showing up like yourself with not a representative, not showing effort? Like I think that is effort. Not I'm not saying that you showing up to a date looking a mess and all that other stuff. I'm just saying like you're showing your true colors right off the bat. You're not trying to fool anybody or anything like that. It's like this is what it is. This is my effort to like try to get to know you.
I think it was a note that you described it with, right? It felt like a negative connotation, like you was tired and jaded, and that's what may be represented.
No, I think just tired in general of just the games that people play when you are trying to date, like at a
Mhm.
certain age. Like people in their 20s, they not tired. They got all the energy to be, dating and fooling around and showing up different types of people at every date and all that. Once you get to a certain age, you're just like, no, I'm tired. I don't have energy for this. You better come as you are, and I'm gonna come as I am. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then on to the next one.
The sis. So Chris is saying people start to be their genuine selves as they get older. But do you think a woman's value increases or decreases to a man as she gets older? To a man?
Well, according to you, they decrease. It decreases, especially if
Well, no.
have
Just be
children.
genuine. If you think, I'm asking you what you think.
Well, I didn't think so until I started listening to you guys. I didn't think our value decreases based on the amount of children we have or the children we have, and then as we get older, our bodies start to look different. I I I was fooled. I thought men just I don't know. I thought men just take you for who you as you are, no matter how old you are. Because when you grow up dating, men just date you based off of what they see, how you sound, how you feel to them. That's just it. But as you get older, stuff has changed. That's why I said it's mysterious. I don't be knowing what they really want. Well, I know what they really want, but you're like, oh, you didn't want nothing else. You want sex, but what else? That's why I'm saying it's mysterious. Sometimes they'll lie just to get some tail. So that's why I said mysterious in the first place. But I don't know if I answered your question, but
so I want to get the question answered. Love, can you answer the question?
I was gonna just piggyback off of that. I think the last question was asked.
Okay.
I think that a wise man should value dating an older woman. Like, as women get older, we get better. And because we know what we want, we don't put on pretenses. We are more comfortable with our bodies. And we know what we want because we've been through some crap. So we know what we want. And as I've gotten older, I also believe that I don't really feel like I have to acclimate or be something that I'm not to please a man, which is valuable because you come in, I'm giving you all of me and who I am, and not, doing the whole whatever you like. And I just think that women today, that when we get older, even sex gets better with us because we know, touch me here, suck this, rub this. Like we're more comfortable within our bodies. And so that's what I'm saying. As we get older, we definitely get better. But men look at it negatively. An unwise man does, because they think it's sexual decline. But our sexual drive goes up as we get older.
But some of the things you named, like you said, what you won't do for a man. Why would a man take that as inviting?
Well, as when I say like the whole whatever you like thing, I think wise men would value that. Like, we're not gonna, because you can't sustain that. If I come in the relationship saying whatever you like, whatever you want, honey, that's kind of fake, because it's not always going to be whatever you like. And so that's what I'm saying. I come in to have with my own opinion, my own thoughts, and you get that instead of me saying whatever you like. And then because I can't sustain it 6 months down the line or a year down the line before I got you, then you're like, who is this chick? Because now I'm really telling you how I feel and what I want.
Okay. So Shannon, do you think that doing what your man likes is not sustainable?
No.
How come?
Because you should be yourself.
And you're saying women aren't being naturally themselves by doing all that that man wants?
Yes, a lot of people don't be themselves. They just, some people been single for a long time or in and out of relationships and just trying to get it right, and they lose themselves and try to, just please the man and not themselves. They become someone else.
So why do you think so? Shout out to Al B. He's watching from Twitch stream. He's saying he prefers women younger in their 20s. Why do you think that is? And most men would agree. Why do you think that is, Rotunda?
I think that is a control thing, because anybody's scientists have all said that women with age we have higher sex drives, we perform better because our attitudes are a little different. We don't have to overextend ourselves. But I think that particularly men that are in their late 30s going up to the 50s, saying that they prefer a 20-something-year-old, I think that is I think that's an actual case for basically training them.
Okay, so you're saying that when you get a puppy and you could train it to do it what you want, right?
Yeah.
It's also more likely not to turn, more trustworthy, and it takes on your mannerism, right? And you do have control over it, but it does have some free range in thought. Now, but just as a comparison, getting something young and bringing it up, that doesn't make sense to you?
No, because a dog also, depending on the breed, will
Mhm.
turn on you regardless, because they're bred that way.
Oh yeah, like which ones?
You have pit bulls.
Pit bulls don't turn.
They do turn.
Now,
More
I know
like
pit bulls.
Rottweilers.
I know pit bulls specifically. That's how I know they don't turn. Now, if you mention a Doberman, you would have that might be correct. So
Them
there are
too.
some breeds.
A pit bull may be loyal to their owner in certain times and in certain spaces, but there is evidence that if they're doing something and they're in a space that they're not comfortable, they will turn on. They won't listen to their owner.
Now you see how you switch the word. So
What
a
is-
hard-headed dog with lockjaw is not the same thing as turning.
Okay.
Can I just correct your word real quick? I'm uncomfortable.
Go ahead.
You said groom.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't like that word,
Why?
because when a woman is groomed,
Mm-hmm.
you're grooming her to be your slave or to do whatever you want her to do. Grooming?
Mm-hmm.
Old men groom young girls to do what they want them to do and depend upon them. That's a problem.
Okay. What you think, Mary?
But my aspect of it is, why does it have to be in a sense of being groomed? Yes, I do agree that men are attracted more to younger females because they can mold them, right? So this is going to be somebody that is learning a whole new experience of life with you when you're older, because you pretty much, for the most part, would have everything set. So you're bringing on, for instance, like a child, someone that you into your world, per se, because they're not going to have it all together mentally, emotionally, whatever. They're not going to have it all together. Now, I'm not going to automatically say that when men do that, it's because they want you to be their slave. Me personally, as a woman, any man that I have been with, I've had to teach how to love me. So that's kind of the same aspect of being like, hey, this is what I like. You have a choice if you want to do this, and you have a choice not to do this. You get what I'm saying? But this is what I like. This is how I like to be treated. So I wouldn't necessarily say all men are just grooming somebody to be a slave. A lot of times when they get these young women, they don't know anything about real life. You get what I'm saying? So I've seen good outcomes where men have been with younger women and they have become very successful. They have started their own businesses. Most of the time the men are providing the funds for their businesses. They've been successful. Their relationship is successful, and they're not slaves. They're submissive, but they're not slaves. You get what I'm
Mary,
saying?
how fair is it, Mary, for a man to have lived his life already, but he wants a young woman who hasn't? That's what I'm saying. Like, you purposely get a man purposely get a woman on purpose, younger, before she lived her life to experience what her wants and needs are.
But why is that his fault? She chose to be with him.
Yeah, right. It's not her fault, but like you said, somebody said she's depending upon him. So it's like, you get this older man with money.
She's benefiting. That's what I'm saying. So you can't look at it as somebody doing something wrong. If when she looks at it, she's like, oh, he got bread, he got his own house. I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. She's benefiting in her mind. So I'm not looking at her as a slave that's locked up with a nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she, in her mind, she's benefiting because, like I said, there has been successful marriages with that age gap that the women are greatly benefiting
So
because she do a little extra submissive shit for her nigga.
so also Asia so those men, right? Generally speaking, if they get a younger woman, she's gonna be more physically attractive. I don't know if you guys know the top things that men prefer from women. One of the top number one, arguably, is beauty. So they get this woman, right? And that man hasn't lived his life. If he's a high value man, let's say he has a boat or a yacht, he grinded it out to get there. So now he's able to live his pleasures at 37, 40 when men start making their money. So now he's about to live it out and he finds a girl that he can live it out with that doesn't have all those experiences.
And sometimes doesn't already have kids, 2 and 3, 4, 5.
Hold on, Mary. What do you think of that, love?
I just think we're stronger together when we both bring our experiences together. I do. I just do not. It's not equally yoked. It's not equitable. If he has all this road experience and brings all this to the table, and she doesn't bring anything but her youth and her body, you're creating a dependency on. You know what I'm saying? It's just not equitable. And I'm all about being equitable, equally yoked.
Yeah,
but can't he bring her experience?
Well, hold on, Mary. I think what we need to realize, love, is we have different values, right? So
you and I are men and women,
like men and women.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to ask Shan a question. Shan, what if I told you? Well, I want to also expound on your one word, fear. What if I told you that men think women are fear-based? Like they don't do or they do based on fear. As an example, women want to make sure they have a job so they don't, so because they fear having to depend on a man, right? So a lot of women make choices out of fear. Do you think that's fair?
No.
Okay, tell me why.
I don't think you should make choices like life choices.
Well, that we think women operate in like a fear, like women go get guns for fear of being taken advantage of. Right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think every man would think like that.
Okay, most men
think that we operate out of fear. No, I don't operate out of fear.
No,
but I get fearful in relationships.
Shan, it's a little contrary, but expound on it before I judge.
I don't think I operate out of fear. Like when I make a decision or make choices, life choices, I make my mind up and this is what I'm gonna do. I mean, I gotta take it whichever way it comes. So I don't operate out of fear.
Okay. But fear was your word.
I was saying fear as far as relationships is trusting someone.
What do you think about sis using the word chaotic? Do you agree with that word too?
No, that's her word. I wouldn't use chaotic.
How about mysterious?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is it because you guys can't read us, you don't think?
Right.
You think you can?
And guys want you to read their minds, and we are not mind readers.
Let me play this clip. I wish I had my clap. Can everybody clap so we know we did a good job now? All right. Sit. See.
No, because it's so much was said, and I got all these thoughts. But go ahead and play it.
No, it was good, right? Everybody, like, it's a lot to ponder on, but we can continue that convo. I just want to play this clip right here because what I